Welcome everybody to the Facebook Live this Thursday afternoon. Welcome Adam, thank you for joining me today.
2 hours late.
2 hours late.
Normally 3 o'clock, but it's been one of those days. So.
Yeah, maybe we need to lose the time and just say it's daily.
Daily. Good
yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk to you about the latest and greatest in awesome digital, social and business tips and tricks. So Adam, tell us what is today's topic?
Zan, today's topic is actually talking about doing business with social media at the speed of light. So tips and tricks to help you do the social media side of things quickly.
Very quickly by the sounds of it.
Yep.
Speed of light. Yep. Cool. All right, so take it away. What is number one tip for
well, the problem,
viewers?
let's define the problem first of all. Okay,
sorry.
so the problem, the great challenge with social media is it's a different sort of medium and it moves a lot faster than perhaps we're used to. So if you take the old school way of actually producing content, it kind of might be like fax, a press release, hope that the media pick it up and away you go kind of thing. Or you might send out a mail, an actual mail, like snail mail.
Like a stand
mail out, yeah.
Oh.
So much slower, but we've evolved now, and so it literally is business at the speed of light because we have the fibre optic cables are in the ground and they are actually glass, which has light pulse down them. So as a result, much quicker. Now that should also give you the chance to renovate the way you communicate, and using social media means it's much quicker. There's a lot more content getting pumped through the channels all of the time, and it means that some of the old practices that you might have had are no longer relevant in today's world.
So let's think about ourselves and the way we interact. You know, we're at the cafe in the morning grabbing our coffee. No one just stands there and kind of looks around the cafe.
No.
Everyone, literally everyone, is doing the same thing.
On the phone.
Always on the phone.
Yep.
You know, wherever we are, not driving obviously, but
sitting
at home on the couch.
No one ever does that.
Ever. Sitting at home on the couch. No one just watches TV anymore. You're doing two things at once.
Yeah.
So social media is a real deal. Like,
absolutely, it's very much do. And look, the people say, "Oh, I don't know if my business, the business is on Facebook," but the people who are using Facebook are your customers, they're people.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the stats are showing remarkable numbers, 20, 30, 40 minutes a day per person. And that's just the average. Some people are a lot more than that. And so as a result, it's very much a real platform. So the first tip I've got is let's not sweat the small stuff. Don't get too hung up on what you're actually posting. Let's just stick to a couple of core rules. One, let's make sure you're always helping people with your social media. Now, this is different. This is not the way you do social when it's personal. When it's personal, you've got different things in your life that you're engaging with your friends. When we're talking business, it's a different experience. It's all about how you help your customer and how you add value to the process. If you start talking about how great you are, it gets a bit boring.
It can.
Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and people won't engage. People won't like it, share it, comment, or click the link and go through to your website.
Exactly. So when you talk about not sweating the small stuff, what we're really talking about there is that it's not really a case of putting out this big long spreadsheet of planned tweets or planned Facebook posts in months in advance. Social media simply doesn't work that way. Social media needs to be done in the moment and quickly, and so you can't worry too much about regulatory issues that you might have had with your business previous to social media. You simply don't have time.
Yeah, and this may sound a little haphazard to people, but leap and the net will appear. You know,
leap. Hashtag leap.
Take a jump at
so
faith.
Yes, leap away.
And if it turns out that was not the right choice at the time, you can always go and remove it. You know, there's nothing wrong with pushing the envelope a little bit and being slightly controversial. It might trigger some really great conversation that you didn't know was waiting to be had.
And look, there's no rule book, so I think it's important. What's really important about that hashtag leap, and the net will find you, it's a good idea. Is that you learn what to do and also what not to do.
Yes.
So part of the process and the evolution of understanding social media and how it can work for your business is actually sometimes just discovering what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But remember, stick to the rule about talking about how you help your customer. That's one thing which I think, if you stay with that golden rule, and generally speaking, that's going to guide your content to be valuable to people and engaging at the same time.
Cool, so let's talk about visuals.
Yeah.
Big fan of Canva.
Love Canva.
Talk to us about your business tip in that space.
Yeah, well, I'm absolutely convinced that the advertising graphic design world is going through a significant disruptive revolution that perhaps not a lot of the agencies are aware of. And that's because that when you talk about social, there's no time to actually create a creative brief, put it in the system, send it off to your agency or send it off to your graphic designer to come back with something that then goes on a post that by the time it comes back, it's 2 days too late. And so businesses now are able to do all this stuff themselves. And so there's a couple of great resources which we advocates for and use all the time ourselves, and love when our customers get involved. The first point is, though, that remember, what you're putting out on social doesn't necessarily have to be branded like your brand materials are, because you're doing it inside a platform that's already branded with your materials.
Yeah.
Okay, so Twitter, for example, has your brand on it. Facebook has your brand on it. LinkedIn company pages already have your brand on them. And so the materials themselves don't need to follow brand guidelines. We see a bunch of businesses get caught with this because they want to go ahead and keep the graphic that goes at the top of their blog post, for example, or their Facebook post on brand. But it ends up stopping anything going out. They have brand paralysis in many ways.
Wow. Good point to pick up on here is in Canva, you can actually go and make your Facebook cover image photos, LinkedIn, Twitter. So don't be overwhelmed by the thought that you have to go and use a graphic designer for those
not
things.
at all. No.
The templates on Canva are fantastic for social media, so a really good resource. And it actually will show you what you need. You know, your phone numbers, a couple of dot points about some of the key features your business can offer. So Canva is definitely worth a look. I know we talk about it a lot, but it's definitely
Canva.com, Australian company. It is a great tool, and what it does is allows you to just get your message out there quickly.
Yeah.
And that's perfect because it suits the moment and the atmosphere of what you're talking about, and you don't have this brand. The thing that stops you, the brand getting away with you.
Awesome. Now, your third tip is something that I'm quite passionate about, which is responding to people on social media. This is a huge, huge passion of mine. I'm really...
Well, I'm going to interview you about this one because you know, Gary Vaynerchuk famously built the wine company that he had, and he openly says he spent 15 minutes a day doing the show and 15 hours answering the feedback he got. And so a big advocate of feedback. So how would you, in a normal day, what does your normal day look like when it comes to actually responding on social media? What are some of the things you do?
So one big focus I have is not to necessarily follow everyone that follows me or our clients. I'm very particular about who we follow. Very happy to interact and as in like tweets, but I won't necessarily follow a user back. And there's a strategic reason for that. Twitter has a rule that you have to have a proportion between your followers and your following.
So not a lot of people know about this rule. It's actually worth highlighting exactly how that looks.
So I don't know the actual percentage. Is it
10%.
10%. So you always have to have a 10% buffer between who you follow and your followers. So I like to keep our followers quite low. We get a lot of traction with overseas Twitter accounts, so I spend a bit of time working out whether or not there's actually a benefit in following them back. Anyone that retweets, I always thank them. Thanks for the retweet. And anyone that leaves a Facebook comment, we're always quick to make
So
sure
Facebook, a lot of people may not realise now that Facebook Messenger, there's these funky codes that are out there which look like QR codes, and Facebook Messenger is actually recording how long you're taking to respond and gives the people on your site an average of how long it takes to respond. So you're now getting tracked on your Facebook response. And so this is a key thing for businesses that are not monitoring their social media. They're going to get caught out because it's going to actually show the customers how long you've taken to respond on Facebook.
That's very true. So any private messages that a business page gets, make sure that we're very quick to respond. And if we don't have the answer, we explain that we don't have the answer, but we will endeavour to find that information out as quickly as possible and get back to them. One of the big reasons for that is not so much in a private message, but a message in a comment stream. Everyone can see it. And I was out for lunch today at a local hotel, and I was on their Facebook page, and they had 4 or 5 reviews which were not good, and no comment back. No comment back. No one from that hotel or location had jumped in and said, "Really sorry to hear about your experience. We'd love to discuss this with you further." I mean, terrible from a customer service perspective. So commenting back is a really important thing. And if it's someone having a complaint or having a bit of a moan and a groan, still comment back and try and shut it down, you know, take the oxygen out of it and take it offline. Respond, take it offline.
You want to get it offline. That's
absolutely.
It's definitely not the phone because it can explode in blind.
It can get very,
and
very
there's lots of famous cases of that, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. All right, Adam, what is our app of the day?
Well, app of the day is actually, we're talking social, so we're sort of focused on a part of Facebook. Facebook's got like 3 gazillion apps inside it, but there's a new one which is pretty cool, and you might have seen it but may not have been aware of a couple of things. It's a menu bar that goes across the top of your newsfeed now, and what that's doing is actually providing you a filter of the news that you want to see. So that's really handy, and you know, it's a really good innovation because I think it's going to give Facebook the chance to provide you with more information.
Definitely.
And filter that. But what I didn't know after seeing it for a week, and it was kind of nice, is that you can actually customize that. And so you can actually increase the number of topics that you actually want to see in that menu bar. So check that menu bar out. It's at the top of your newsfeed, and there's like a default 5.
Yeah, and then a little cog. Click on the cog, edit, and then you can actually choose which you would like to have displayed in your top bar. And from a business page perspective, when you send a post out, you're actually able to control which filter that will filter into.
Yeah, so you tag it, exactly right.
So for us, it's, you know, amazingness, obviously.
Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, hashtag make it. So, but yeah, so that's, and I went and just clicked 30, so I discovered that you can scroll right. It doesn't actually just give you all 30, which is frustrating. So we're going to rework that. But yeah, that is a very handy feature, and let's hope that there's going to be more organic reach because of that from the wizards of Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. Obviously, back tomorrow. Adam will be joined by Alex tomorrow, being a Friday. And if you've missed any of this week's episodes, you were able to catch them at thekingdom.com.au/the-kingdom-live. I nailed it.
Good work.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. See you later.
Bye.